your hand and we'll bring a mic to you. Up here, Al.
Jalen, what all went into your decision to come out this year?
Ultimately, it all came down to putting, my best foot forward. And being in college, you have so much experience and exposure at being at the University of Alabama. And the best thing about it is experience, number one, with the coaching staff. Number one, my freshman year, coming in, being around a great coach and Coach O'Brien, transitioning to Coach Reese, then to Nick Sheridan, and then also I got reps also by being a backup as well. So that time of being in college, from being my freshman year when I was 18 and to now where I'm at right now, it's been so much exposure, so much experience, so much I've been able to learn and grow. So I thought it was the best decision to go ahead and declare.
Up here.
Hey, Jaylen, just wondering about your time spent with Tommy Reese. Obviously, he's now with the Cleveland Browns, who have the number 2 overall pick. So can you just talk about your relationship with him and kind of how exciting is it to have somebody in that capacity now who might be in on the evaluation process of you?
So Coach Reese gave me an opportunity to expand my knowledge with the game of football. I was a first-year starter last season in 2023, and he was the first OC of that season that I had as being a first-year starter. And for me, the amount of knowledge that I learned from him, number one, with him playing the position, number two, with him coaching, I've gained so much knowledge, respect, and the best thing about it is that we worked together through that process, and it was so fun. Just from the start of the season to the end of the season, the growth and everything that comes about it, that was all the work in the dark that we were able to achieve, able to see as a group, when we were working together. I have so much respect for Coach Reese, so much respect to him as a person as well, just to be able to build a relationship with my time in college. Although it was a short period of time, I learned so much. And so I appreciate him because, as a first-year starter, being able to learn each and every game week under him, it was amazing. So I definitely appreciated the grind and all that was put in that season.
Hey Jalen, how you doing? What element of your play style differentiates you from other quarterbacks in the draft class?
I think the biggest thing that I always do is appreciate each and every quarterback because we are all unique in their own ways. And I know how hard it is to play the position. And so to be able to consider yourself a quarterback, be able to lead your team, can't take that for granted at all. But all I want to do is put the best foot forward, not be one-dimensional at all when it comes to my playing style, lead properly. I was able to be a 2-time captain for Alabama, and I'm, truly appreciative of that because every time that I reflected, it was always trying to put the best foot forward for the state of Alabama, for the guys in the locker room, and for the coaching staff, and the guys in the locker room. That's the biggest thing when it came to being, 2-time captain. And all throughout that process, I learned as a leader what it takes to lead a football team. And so, experience is the best teacher. With my time, just playing in SEC, learning each and every week, playing against great defenses, being able to go against arguably the best defenses in the country each and every week. Also, the exposure of the guys on the field at Alabama. So, I think for all of us, you consider yourself something, but it's all about the workload that is put in the dark that's going to come out to shine. So I just try to trust in the process, buy into who I am as a person, and keep building each and every day, because each and every day that I have the opportunity to play the game of football, I'm going to try to appreciate it. I'm going to try to keep on putting my best foot forward. And I know there's so much work to be done in the future, but one thing I'm going to do is to be thankful for the position that I am today, be thankful to play the quarterback position, because as you go from each stage to each stage, the percentage of starting quarterbacks, the percentage of quarterbacks goes down. So every opportunity I get to play football, I'm going to be the best version of myself.
What's up, Jalen? How do you plan to let all the naysayers know that you are one of the top quarterbacks in this draft class?
I think that's not for me to say. I think for me, it's all about how can I get better from now and each and every day that I have the opportunity to play football. And so during this process is important is how can you be better than you were yesterday? The work that you put in today is not for today, it's for tomorrow. The work you put in yesterday was for today. So each and every day that I have the opportunity to get better, now it's time to do so. And so the best thing that I can do is reflect on the 2024 year. What were our weakness turn into a strength? What were my strengths turning even stronger? And narrow that focus as a whole, rather than looking at external factors and what didn't take place or who's not behind me. Look at some things that I can improve on. Look at some things that makes me unique, what makes me that consider my strengths, and that's the best thing, as someone that's continuously looking to get better, continues to have people to also push you in the right direction as well. And I have great coaches, great teammates, great parents, also great supporting cast around me. So I know that I will never get complacent, just knowing that, who I am today is going to be different than I was a year from now as I continue to go in this process. So as cliche as it is, it's all about going 1-0. It's all about getting 1% better. And if you do that, you're going to silence all the naysayers.
Hey, Jaylen. Simone here at WKRG in Mobile. Obviously, we've seen a lot of Alabama players roll through here, help their draft stock. Anybody that you've chatted with as you prepare for this week is my first question. And also, what's your relationship like with Jaylen Herz and then seeing him now compete for a second Super Bowl in the last few years?
To answer your first question, it's been a lot of great players that have been a part of this game. And as someone that had its aspirations to go play at the collegiate level, then transfer on going into the NFL process, there's been so many great examples of what looks like. There's been so many examples of guys that attacked the week, got better each and every day, that have proved themselves to be winners, be competitors, have a mindset of approaching it with, going 1-0. There's been so many examples. And so having those examples, those have been teaching lessons for me as a player that's inspired to go on and approach the next level. And so I try to learn. I try to pick up on things that allow someone to be successful, allow them to be in position to be a part of this game, because there's a lot of great people. Along the time I've been here, just seeing the talent and being around here, and also the coaching staff as well, it's been so much information I've learned as a whole, And so, that's the biggest thing going in this week. Try to have that mindset just to always learn, and also just look at the lesson that was put in front of me. When it goes to Jaylen Herz, his journey, who he is as a person, is always inspiring. I always love watching him play. If the Eagles are playing, I'm tuned in every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, whatever they're playing. I appreciate him, the relationship we have, and it's going to constantly grow. But as he's moving forward into the Super Bowl, I want to wish him the best and want him to ball out. I'm behind him always.
Jaylen, which part of your game do you think has come the furthest over the last year with new coaches, new systems, and what do you think's next as far as rounding out your game?
Knowledge is number one. I started college at 18 years old, and I could definitely say the knowledge base that I've had since the beginning of college to where I am right now is constantly progressing. To this day, I'm always trying to be a sponge for all information and grow as much as possible. One example that I've had, since I've been in college, one of our coaches from his previous staff, he pulled the whole offensive group together, and he asked somebody in the group, he was like, hey, how many reps did you have today? And so he was scratching his head, trying to think, process like how many reps he had. He said, I'm going to stop you right there. He had all of them, a mental rep and a physical rep. And so although I only started 2 years, I had 4 years of having mental reps as well as practice reps when it comes to physical reps. But those are the reps that are in the dark that I've learned and grown and have opportunities to look what right looks like, with Bryce Young being a Heisman winner, also following it the next year with him being a 2-time starter, a captain as well. So seeing the examples that was presented in front of me only was encouraging, only gave me the opportunities to grow mentally. When it comes to the physical attributes, that's what the offseason is for. In the offseason, there's no shot clock. That's what's unique about the offseason. No shot clock, so you can work on so many unique things that you can build your craft on and gear your mindset towards, all right? Whatever your weakness is turn into a strength. Whatever your strengths are, make it even stronger. So whatever my weaknesses was in the 2024 season, it should be different in 2025. And so if you have that mindset and approach it that way, you know, you're going to keep on going, keep on growing. And I know they have so much room to grow as a player, but as you narrow that focus, you can only get better, you can only achieve so much more.
Jaylen, in a time where the transfer portal is so prominent for players, what drew you to stay at Alabama for your whole career, and how do you think that benefits you going into the NFL draft?
For me, I try to separate my life into qualities that I try to present, you know, outside when it comes to commitment, discipline, detail, being detail-oriented. And when I speak about commitment, that's how you refocus when it comes to hardship, when it comes to things not going your way in a sense, when it comes to opportunity as well, when it comes to positive opportunity that goes along the process. I can't make decisions for other people. I can't speak for other people. I can only speak about myself. But I always try to translate to my short-term goals, long-term goals as I was in college. And as I narrowed my focus to doing that, I was able to achieve that, you know. And one thing that allowed me to stay grounded was reflecting on how I can lead properly. How can I refocus a group to all be geared to having shared success, when having common goals, when it has, you know, when we're trying to refocus and just trusting the process as well. Because at a time where there's a lot of external factors pulling guys separate ways, it's all about the person that can lead and be in the front of that to try to just draw attention toward what our goals as a group and what do we want to accomplish. And I think if you stay strong in those ways, it's not gonna, you know, deter you from, you know, external factors. And so I think that was, you know, ultimately that got me to stay at Alabama. I feel Alabama is home. I feel as though that's where I needed to be at. And it was a reason why I signed my letter of intent at the University of Alabama. I never lost focus towards that, you know. And always having that refocus, also having a supporting system that allow you to listen to other ideas as well. So that's what ultimately got me to stay.
Last question up here.
Yeah, two quick questions, if you don't mind, Jaylen. The first one is, you know, at least I keep hearing Cam and Shedeur are the top two quarterbacks in this draft. So my first question is, you know, when you hear that, do you know, what comes to mind when you hear that?
Number one, I wish them the best. You know, I want them to achieve all that they can playing the position. I know the hardship that comes with being a quarterback in this society, the hardship that comes with it. So number one is their support and backing. I hope they have a long career. They had a great college career, so now for them to have the opportunity to play in the next level is a great opportunity. So the selection doesn't really matter. It's all about the opportunity, the situation where you're the best fits you. So I hope they go to the best situation that fit them, and for them to have a long career, whatever team is lucky and blessed to be a part of their journey. And so I'm pulling for them. I'm only, you know, worrying about myself, how I can be better, looking for the best fit for myself. But, you know, for my thing to those two guys, you know, I'm pulling for them. I hope them the best, and I wish them continued blessings, a healthy career, and allow them to achieve all that they need to achieve.
And then I talked to someone who knows you pretty well and has worked pretty closely with you, and the comp that he really kept on emphasizing was Lamar Jackson, and just so many of the similarities that you have with Lamar. How do you feel like about that comp as you head into this whole process?
Well, that's nice of him. Lamar Jackson is very dominant. It's been evident to how he's played this season. For someone that's inspired to go to the NFL, just seeing as he takes his game to the next level each and every year, him being the top of the league, and him definitely being a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, that's inspiring for sure. You know, as a young quarterback that's inspired to go to the NFL. So that definitely puts a smile to my face, and I definitely love watching Lamar. You know, secretly, I'm actually a Ravens fan. I grew up a Ravens fan, so I pull for the Ravens.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Molly.
Thank you.
Molly.